Well then, not seen one of those before. Must be a really rare Pokemon. Let's see what the old Pokédex has to say. It's even rarer than I thought. Oh, what's happening, fuckers? I'm just trying to catch more local wildlife to add to my collection. You know, it's been a while since we've dived into the world of Pokemon, and 5 years since I first looked at today's game, Pokemon Colosseum. So let's take a look, and see if it still holds up, 20 fucking years on since its release. So, let's get into it, shall we? Pokemon Colosseum is a third-person RPG, authentic Mexican cockfighting simulator, and cautionary tale about the dangers of smoking Bhutanese Shadow Garden-grown Dark Evil Pack. The story of Colosseum, as with any good Pokemon game, starts with an act of domestic terrorism.
So FBI operatives were organizing the attack on the...
In this game, you play as a former criminal and amateur cosplayer by the name of Wes. With help of a woman who lives a Hessian sack, you are tasked with taking down Cypher, a criminal organization attempting to create a race of shadow Pokemon, whose hearts have been closed after listening to emo sad boy rap. Gameplay is your standard Pokemon affair, with some key differences. Every battle in Colosseum is a double battle, a novelty in the times before all this nonsense, creating opportunities for both strategies and bullshit. However, Colosseum has something that separates it from other Pokemon titles.
The secret ingredient is crime.
There are no wild Pokemon, because who would want to live here? So you'll be stealing shadow Pokemon to grow your party. These are identified by your partner, when she gives you the fucking 1,000 yard stare when one appears. As a twist on the classic Pokemon formula, Colosseum works well because it offers a fair challenge, something I've not experienced in other Pokemon titles. The double battle format offers an extra dimension in terms of strategy, both allowing the player to try different approaches to battles, as well as expanding potential strategies for opponents. And believe me, they do some goofy shit. Even when occasionally the game will give you the middle finger, and decide to fake their own legendary shadow Pokemon, just for the shits and giggles, it doesn't feel completely unfair. One major aspect of this difficulty is the Pokemon available. The selection on offer is quite limited, since you're stealing them from other trainers. These options are generally from generations 2 and 3, which I enjoy as a decrepit old man who first played Pokemon during that era, but also because it forces you to use Pokemon you normally wouldn't use, such as Leedian or Standler. Comment if you've used these too, and I won't believe you. The game also tracks the Pokemon you've encountered on your PDA, very much the style at the time. Look, it's even got a set of ringtones. Despite my biases towards this game, I admit it does have its faults. One of the biggest being catching Pokemon. As previously mentioned, opponents get a real kick out of fainting their shadow Pokemon, which normally wouldn't be a problem. However, any shadow Pokemon not caught during the story don't appear again until the post-game. So if, like me, you accidentally dropkick a Riodus into the fucking Shadow Realm, it's now gone for the rest of the game. Combine this with the limited number of Pokemon available, and you have the perfect recipe for salt production. Additionally, Colosseum lacks certain quality of life features other games in the series possess. Whether it be only saving at specific checkpoints, or traveling back and forth to one location to buy Pokeballs, amongst others, these aspects of this game don't ruin the experience, but do make it worse. Also, the catch rates in this game are complete bullshit.
Oh, bullshit. You're talking bullshit.
It doesn't matter if they're on 1 HP, and fucking paralyzed, they'll drop some fucking Houdini shit and escape. Seriously, you do not want to know how upset I got trying to catch this fucking licker. It may just be my nostalgia talking, but I don't think there's a 20-year difference graphically between this game and the recent titles released on the Switch, though that probably says more about modern Game Freak than anything else. While the Pokemon models themselves are a mixed bag, with matchup looking like a lobotomy patient, the environments are where it excels. Whether it's the desert oasis of Phoenix City, the neon city of the Under, or the grungy industrial pyrite town, the game's environments feel distinct from other Pokemon titles, and are perhaps the game's greatest asset. The game's soundtrack is also pretty solid. Composed by Tsukasa Toda, who works on titles such as the Harvest Moon games, Wacky World of Sports, and a game called Universal Nuts, which I will not Google because it's much funnier to imagine what it looks like. The soundtrack offers a nice variety of tracks. The game offers a bit of everything, from the intense battle music, to the more laid-back and relaxed themes of the overworld, and what might be the greatest boss fight music of all time, the Mirror B theme. Seriously, listen to this, and tell me it isn't some king shit. Overall, Pokémon Colosseum offers both a unique experience and a genuine challenge, and is something I would definitely recommend. It's not perfect, and does have its frustrating moments, but it offers something different from your conventional Pokémon titles, so if you're a fan of the series, it's definitely worth a look. Anyway, I'll be off now. I may not have caught any rare Pokémon, but look what I just found in the trash. Looks like things are finally looking up. Let's just hope nobody has pissed in it.